Hello and welcome to our first edition of Mustang Insider. This is a 30-minute show where you're going to recap and preview some fall Cal Poly athletic sports. I'm Allison Edmonds.
And I'm Joe Schutz.
We are going to be joined by several players today from the different sports going on around Cal Poly. And we are joined today, first off, by Cal Poly women's volleyball players. Hi, guys. If you guys could introduce yourselves and the position you play, that would be awesome to start us off.
All right, I'm Taylor Greenwald. I'm a fourth year and middle blocker.
I'm Ryan Greisen. I'm an outside hitter, and I'm a third year.
Thanks, guys. So to begin the season, you guys went 3-0 at your first tournament in Sac State. Can you tell us about why you did so well?
Yeah, well, definitely. This was our last tournament leading up to conference, so I think it was really good for us to put the last finishing details on everything, make sure things were finite, but it definitely showed us that we're not there yet where we want to be and we can still improve, so I think that's really exciting, but going 3-0 was a great way to start off conference.
Absolutely. Do you have anything to say about that?
I think it was just a great way to finalize everything we've been working on in preseason and just really show to ourselves that we do have the potential to win a lot of games this season.
Great. Now, is there anything that you guys are specifically working on as a team?
Yeah, there's so many things. I think a lot of the things we're really focusing on now is really the little things. We've definitely got the technique down and what we need to do, but even stuff like our serve and pass game, I think that's what's going to make us win games. And then just defense and second ball context is something really big we're trying to focus on, but just those little things that are going to take us to the next level.
Yeah, a lot of communication too, and just really trying to be a team together and work through everything that's thrown at us in the different games.
So kind of being veterans on the team, having been on the team before, how do you guys serve as mentors to the younger players on the team?
Well, a lot of them lived with us actually during preseason, so we kind of got to introduce them to Cal Poly, how we do things here, what our team culture is like, and show them by being role models of how we do things.
Yeah.
Great. Taylor, you have a little sister here, and she plays on the beach volleyball team.
Yeah.
What is your relationship like?
Oh, we're so close. Family is everything. This was hands down the best thing that could have happened. I'm so thrilled to have her. I probably baby her too much, call her every day, how are classes, how are everything, but I'm so excited, and so once we join the beach team, I'm so excited to play with her.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, will you guys be playing doubles together?
That's the goal. Hopefully she's not too much better than I am, so I can keep up, but that's the goal.
How is the transition from court, regular recreational volleyball, I don't know the right word for it, to beach volleyball?
Yeah, so indoor, well, it's nice to have that team component, and so there's 6 on the court, and that makes it a lot less area of the court to cover, which is nice, and it's definitely easier to run in. Sand is very difficult, but the cool thing about doubles is you touch the ball every time, and I think that's awesome. Selfishly, that's so fun to be able to be a part of every play, but both seasons are so fun, and different team dynamics and different coaches and all that, but it's a great way to enhance your skills in different environments.
Speaking of the team dynamic, how is the indoor team dynamic this season?
We are one big family. We all are best friends. We all live with each other. We just built the freshmen just fit right in with all of us, and it's just actually one big happy family.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you guys have any personal goals for this season?
Definitely. We want to win. We want that Big West title, and then better yet, to get to the tournament. So those are the things we're striving for, and I think we're off to a great start. But so we just got to continue to get wins in conference and then go from there.
I mean, besides Hawaii, is there any other teams in your upcoming schedule that you guys are really looking forward to playing?
Everyone. I mean, ultimately, we have to beat everyone, really. And Long Beach State is really great, and they've always been a tough battle for us. We split with them last year, and then Davis has always been tough. But really, we can't take anyone lightly and feel the hype, as our coaches say, so we really just got to take it one team at a time and believe they're all the same.
Yeah, and you guys go on the road this weekend, is that correct? How do you guys kind of prepare the week leading up to a road trip like you do have this weekend?
We watch a lot of film of the teams that we're going to play. We'll go over scouting reports, the tendencies of the hitters, rotations. There's a lot that goes into it. We have a lot to memorize. And then just getting our bodies right, eating right, getting ready to travel. It's a long drive. We do a lot of driving. We had a lot of preseason travel tournaments, so we're really used to it by now, which is good. So we're just getting ready to go.
Nice.
So you guys are obviously great volleyball players, but you guys are also students, and you guys travel all the time to all these schools. So what is it like managing your homework?
It's something you learn to get good at, for sure. I'm sure as an incoming freshman it's definitely hard, but time management is something you have to know as an athlete. And so we're good about bringing our homework on the road, preparing for tests, and always communicating with professors, and people work with you. So it's not an issue, but it's definitely challenging.
It's awesome. And kind of this upcoming weekend, what are you guys looking to accomplish down in Southern California?
I think we just obviously want to win both games. I personally haven't been on the team when we've beat Long Beach at Long Beach, and last year we lost in 5, I think 19-17 in the 5th game. So I just think a little revenge, ready to go out there and finally win that game and back at Northridge again.
Absolutely.
Cool. Looking forward to that game. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And coming up after the break, we will be joined by a couple of the players from the women's soccer team. Here's a look at what they did this past weekend here at home, right after this.
Next Level Flag Football, the safe way to teach kids the game of football. Open to boys and girls in grades K through 7.
It's safe, it's effective, got great leaders.
Sign up today at nextlevelflag.com.
Introducing the greatest Honda Civic ever.
Stanley Sports Therapy provided a lot of flexibility in my rehabilitation process. All of them have been very professional, push you when you need to be pushed, and pull you back when you're overdoing it. I've always been able to return back to a normal lifestyle. If you have to go through physical therapy, Stanley Sports Therapy is where you want to go.
Underground utilities are often a lot closer to the surface than you think. So always call 811 at least 2 business days ahead to have the lines in your yard marked for free. I'm Liz Lucas. This simple safety moment brought to you by all of us at PG&E. If metallic balloons get caught in power lines, they can start a fire. So hold tight. If you see a caught balloon, let us handle it. I'm Liz Lucas. This simple safety moment brought to you by all of us at PG&E.
Hi, welcome back to Mustang Insider. We just heard from the volleyball team, and now we are joined by 2 women's soccer players, Nicole Wheeler and Kendra Bonsall. Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So, could you guys introduce yourselves and tell me what positions you play?
My name is Kendra. I am a 4th year, currently playing holding mid.
I'm Nicole Wheeler. I am a redshirt 4th year, playing outside mid, a little bit of center back.
Awesome. And so kind of those are the positions you're playing right now, but you guys have mentioned you play a lot of different positions. Can you kind of touch on like the different things you have played or do play?
You want to start?
Yeah, so it's funny. I actually came in playing club high school. I played forward, and then talking to the coach, like, you'd make an excellent outside back, and I never played defense in my life. So I was like, oh, okay, it's a very foreign position for me. Freshman year, played outside back, entire time, a little bit of attacking mid, but I've actually played every single position except goalkeeper on the team. Wow. So it's just cool to see that the coaches do trust me in all these different positions. So
yeah, absolutely. And what about you?
Well, I started off as a center back coming into Cal Poly, played outside back, center back, most currently outside mid. I haven't played as much as different positions as Kendra, but yeah, they're all different, fun, interesting.
Since you guys have bounced around so much to all the different positions, what is the most difficult position to play besides goalie?
Most difficult. It's actually funny. This past weekend, Sunday, I played forward, and I haven't played forward for a while. So I have a tendency, I have very offensive mind, like growing up playing forward, but defensively I kind of forgot some things, what to do defensively on the forward side, but it was just fun getting back on the forward side. I love sprinting after those balls and stuff, so I definitely enjoy that position, but just being on this team for 3 years now, I'm very familiar with the defense now.
And do you have a particular one?
I mean, I would say probably outside mid's been hard just because I just started playing it in spring, but I think the most difficult position mentally is actually center back, just because you have to see the field, kind of in charge of a lot of different things in front of you, and just you're the last defender out there usually, other than our goalkeeper, of course.
Right. So kind of like being on the field, when you guys have a crowd, what's it like from the field perspective? Like when there's noise, how do you guys like stay focused? Do you enjoy it? Kind of talk about like being in a game situation, I guess.
Well, I mean, I would start off with saying when there is a crowd, it's awesome. It like enthuses us, it gets us pumped, it gets the bench pumped, it gets the field players pumped. I mean, I don't really hear it, but I know they're there. So I think that's one thing it's nice having everyone there, but you don't really hear it that much.
I think it's the night games that gets our team the most hype. Just like being under the lights and the atmosphere, and a lot more people come out to the night games than Sunday 100-degree heat. But night games are definitely a great atmosphere.
Awesome.
So being two senior players on the team, more advanced players, what is it like being leaders?
Well, I think that this year we have a really strong senior class, so I think that a lot of the leadership just goes to the class in general. It's good. I think we have a really positive outlook this year. I think that our senior class is like very positive and very determined to get a win this year after our season last year, basically. Yeah.
Very cool. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I was just thinking about this earlier today. Actually, it's crazy. Me and Wheels are actually one of the few upperclassmen who start on the field, and then it's all underclassmen. So, just being a positive role model to the underclassmen and just showing the heart and passion that we have out there, and I just hope that carries on throughout the years.
Cool. And you just called her Wheels, so is that sort of a nickname for her?
No one calls her Nicole on the team. Everyone calls her Wheels.
I assume it's like from your last name. It makes
Wheeler,
sense, right?
Wheeler switched over to Wheels, Wheelie, whatever really works.
Very cool.
So you guys kicked some butt last weekend. Do you have anything you want to talk about from those games?
Well, I think after our first game, we took a hard loss to Pepperdine, but I think after that loss, it was supposed to be a really crucial turning point for our team, and I think we got back up there. We were like, we need a win out of this weekend, and we finished Seattle, basically, in that heat.
I think that was a crucial win, too, right before conference starts up this weekend, so that was huge for us to come out with a win to end preseason.
All right, well, awesome. I think that's actually all the time we have for today. Thank you guys so much for coming and talking to us. We enjoyed it and learned some stuff. So coming up after the break, we will be joined by Brett Foreman from the men's soccer team to give us a little insight on their team and what to look forward to from them. So right after this break.
Underground utilities are often
Thank you guys
closer
so
to the
much.
surface than you think. So always call 811 at least 2 business days ahead to have the lines in your yard marked for free. I'm Liz Lucas. This simple safety moment brought to you by all of us at PG&E. Underground utilities are often a lot closer to the surface than you think. So always call 811 at least 2 business days ahead to have the lines in your yard marked for free. I'm Liz Lucas. This simple safety moment brought to you by all of us at PG&E. If metallic balloons get caught in power lines, they can start a fire. So hold tight. If you see a caught balloon, let us handle it. I'm Liz Lucas. This simple safety moment brought to you by all of us at PG&E. If metallic balloons get caught in power lines, they can start a fire. So hold tight. If you see a caught balloon, let us handle it. I'm Liz Lucas. This simple safety moment brought to you by all of us at PG&E.
Hello and welcome back to Mustang Insider. We are now joined here with men's soccer player Brett Foreman. Hello, Brett. Welcome.
Yeah, Brett, what's the team dynamic like this year?
We got a lot of players this year, and number one, we really want to develop a huge emphasis on culture, because culture is what's going to get us through it. We need everyone from the freshmen all the way to our 5th years to be coordinated, in sync throughout every moment of the season. So that's the biggest focus.
Yeah, and I know you joined us Saturday on game day as well, but kind of if you could recap a little bit about that game on Friday night and kind of what that meant to you and the team and how exciting it was.
Yeah, no, it was a great win against UCLA. I mean, before that, that night I actually was going online looking up our record against them over the past years, and it said something like we lost I don't want to say the number how many we lost, but we didn't have enough wins, and it felt good to finally put another staple into that paper and just do our best. And we were all working hard. We had the fans. We have best fans in the nation, in my opinion, especially for college soccer. And you can't ask for much more. It was a great win, team win, and individually just happy to be part of it.
Great, yeah. During that game, we were sitting right there, and we were literally right where you were defending, and you were shoving guys around.
Yeah,
you were being really aggressive, one of the most aggressive players on the field. So, what kind of mentality do you have to just really bring that beast out on the field?
It's the coffee mentality, you know. You just chug some coffee and go out there and just work hard. I mean. Every time I'm trying to get better, every game, every practice, and it's about staying on the field for as long as possible and preventing the other team from winning and making you help your team win. So.
Yeah, what kind of, I know we were talking earlier and you had said that you guys have like one of the best rankings right now or something like that.
Right
Can you elaborate on that?
The best ranking in our conference, which is the Big West Conference. So right now we're 48, which we've been closer to 1, but it's still really nice to know that we're finally going further on that. And as for the other teams in our conference, they're in the 60s or something like that. And we like to keep them there and keep them going further as we hopefully take some wins in the near future.
I mean, it was a little bit of a slow start to the season. But,
yeah.
I mean, it seems like you guys are really turning it around.
Yeah,
I mean, especially with all these home games. What do the home games mean to you, and what does playing in front of the home crowd actually do?
I mean, we haven't lost a game at home for over a year and a half now, and if that's not enough to kind of ignite the fire before every match, I don't know what is. So as we go out there, it's our home. We want to make sure no one gets through the fortress without some sort of bruises or something like that, and hopefully it's a loss.
Yeah, and kind of being at home these last 2 weeks, you played San Diego State and UCLA back-to-back weeks, both like ranked teams nationally. Kind of your mentality after both those games, coming out with a tie and a win. What's your guys' mentality going into these next, few games leading up to Santa Barbara?
I mean, yeah, you mentioned those last 2 games. We've also had a really long preseason, some road trips where we played top teams all over the nation, maybe 6 or 7 in the top 25.
Wow.
So the main thing is that we should be, if anything, confident, knowing that every team that we play from now on will not be any better than we've already seen. And we definitely matched the intensity of other teams. Sometimes we got the short end of the stick, but after UCLA and SDSU, we can definitely see that we can put goals in the back of the net and get shutouts, no goals against.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you need to have a certain level of confidence out there.
Yeah.
So what's it like? I mean, obviously playing here for the Santa Barbara game, you get hyped because the crowd's there. But what's it like when you travel to Santa Barbara and it's all their fans?
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, you're on the bus going into Santa Barbara and everything, and then as you get closer, you just see thousands of people walking around, and they all don't like you. They're all like, oh, if they knew this was your bus, they'd probably be throwing stuff at you. But it's definitely, I mean, when you're on the field, you don't really think about it. It's just about making sure you get some good touches on the ball during your warm-up and stuff like that, and just like we've mentioned, confidence, just kind of build that so that it all becomes just white noise as you're playing.
Awesome. And then kind of, you know, to wrap up, what do you have any personal goals for the season or anything you hope to see from the team? Yeah, I mean, personally, I want to stay healthy because I've had quite a bit of injuries in the past. As a team, I'd love to say for us to win every game, but just for us to do our best and realize that we can accomplish far more than most of us even think. And hopefully that's a Big West title, and we'll see where playoffs takes us. Yeah, absolutely. Well,
great. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be right back after this break with Corey Garcia and Joe Prothero.
Appreciate it.
Next Level Flag Football, the safe way to teach kids the game of football. Open to boys and girls in grades K through 7.
It's safe, it's effective, got great leaders.
Sign up today at nextlevelflag.com.
Introducing the greatest Honda Civic ever.
Underground utilities are often a lot closer to the surface than you think. So always call 811 at least 2 business days ahead to have the lines in your yard marked for free. I'm Liz Lucas. This simple safety moment brought to you by all of us at PG&E. If metallic balloons get caught in power lines, they can start a fire. So hold tight. If you see a caught balloon, let us handle it. I'm Liz Lucas. This simple safety moment brought to you by all of us at PG&E.
hello and welcome back to Mustang Insider. We are now joined with 2 Cal Poly football players, Joe Prothero and Corey Garcia. Hi guys, welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Joe, first thing I noticed here is you got this boot on. What happened?
Yeah, on one of the last drives of the Montana game, I planted pretty hard on my foot and I felt a little pop, so I sprained it. It's a mild sprain. So.
Great, and you talked to a doctor and stuff about that? How long do you think you're going to be out?
I'm looking to get back this Saturday.
A few days. He'll be good.
A few days, I'll be good.
That's good.
Great. Good to know you can bounce back so fast.
Yeah.
So, I mean, great Montana game, guys. That came right down to the wire. You guys won 42-41. Yeah. I mean, they're our rivals. You know, Montana is the big game of the year. Seriously. So, tell me about your reactions, like after you won.
I mean, it was a huge win. I mean, back to back. It's our 4th year in a row beating Montana. So, I mean, obviously it's a huge win. Back-to-back close games. Last year we won in a field goal with the last second, and then now this past Saturday we won 1 point, or beat them by 1 point. So it's definitely a huge win. A lot of emotions, and we had to get this win to continue onto our goal into the postseason.
Yeah, that's awesome. So kind of, I'm gonna backtrack 2 games. South Dakota with you rushing over 200 yards. Kind of what went through your head when you were doing that? Do you think about it? Do you just go for it and see what happens?
Oh no, I don't. I definitely don't think about it. I just actually on one of the big plays, he made like a key block for me, and I just saw the hole, and I just got to make sure you don't get caught. I was looking back a couple times, but I got tired towards the end. I almost got caught. I was just, I got a little tired fourth quarter, so did a little flip in the end zone. I was gonna die, but then I changed my mind, so I stumbled and fell.
Awesome.
Very nice. So back again to the Montana game. So fourth quarter, it's come down to the wire. Montana misses that field goal. Now, what's your reaction? You got to capitalize on that.
I mean, me personally, I was having nightmares of last year. I was like, don't tell me they're going to beat us on a field goal after we just beat them last year by a field goal. But they missed it, and we were just super excited. Once they missed it, we knew the ball game was in our hands. We had to get the key first down to just drive the clock out, and we did it. So,
yeah.
That last second when they decided to, I don't know what it's called, but when they are flipping the ball and they kept going.
Laterals.
Were you guys worried at all, or you knew you would have it and they wouldn't go down? Because for a second there, I was a little bit concerned.
I mean, normally on plays like that, I'm not really nervous, but after they kept going for more than 40 seconds.
It was so long, yeah.
And then the number 16, the little shifty guy, cut all the way across field, and we couldn't tackle him for a while. I was starting to get nervous. I was like, oh, this is going to go down on the worst losses in college football history. But
top 10.
I mean, our defense played a hell of a game, and they came in clutch in the last couple seconds. So,
yeah, that was awesome.
Huge game, first home game of the season with all the students back. So that was really important. The stands were packed, all the Wowies were there.
Yeah,
so that was pretty
surprisingly
amazing.
On a hot day.
Yeah, exactly.
Super hot.
Yeah.
So you're waltzing into the touchdown, into the end zone, in front of that crowd. How do you feel about it?
I mean, it's always super excited to score and contribute for the team, just putting points on the board. It's always excited to do it in front of a lot of people just because you can put a show on for them. But you don't really notice the crowd when you're in the moment. You just want to celebrate with all your teammates, your coaches, and the players on the field.
I would say it's probably, you get the same satisfaction scoring in front of a bigger crowd, away crowd. You know?
Oh yeah, because they're all booing you, so you're like, oh, bring it on,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a great feeling though.
That's awesome. So going to North Dakota this weekend, is there anything you guys are doing in practice this week to kind of prepare for their team and what to expect from them?
There's definitely with each team each week. There's definitely new schemes that we have to go over during practice that our coaches introduce through practice. So we started that this morning, and we're going to continue that through the next few days just to get ready for them because they're a good team. They're 1-0 in the Big Sky just like we are. So it's definitely a big week, just like every week. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so some new stats just came out. You guys are ranked 16th in the FCS, which is pretty amazing, and number 1 in the Big Sky. Is anybody talking about that, or is it just business as usual?
I mean, there's definitely people talking about it, but us as a team, we like to ignore all the outside rankings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just because rankings is just a number, to be honest. And coming into the season, they project us as the number 9 seed out of 13 in the Big Sky. And as of right now, we're number 1. So like I said, the numbers don't really matter. So like I said, we try to ignore it and just play ball.
Yeah, we try not to get complacent or anything like that. We just worry about the next week, take it game by game.
Are you guys, the next home game isn't until October 22nd.
Like a month away.
Yeah, it's a really long time away.
Yeah.
So we, sorry, I lost my train of thought. With the next home game being that far away, what kind of keeps you guys motivated, being on the road so week after week for these next few weeks?
We just try to take it 1 week at a time, not to look too far ahead. Because the next home game is a big game. It's against Davis. But our next big game is this Saturday against North Dakota. So, we can't focus too far ahead. So we're just excited to go out and play another game against a good team and improve our record to 4-1.
Yeah, away games are we don't really sweat them like that because we just know that we got each other. The 60 that we bring on that bus, we're all brothers and we got each other's back. So.
Awesome. Well, I actually think that's all we have for you guys today. And we are going to send you to some football highlights from last week against Montana. So we'll take a look at those. And that's all we have for now. Thank you guys for joining us.
Sweet. Thank you guys. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Okay.
Cool, yeah, we're done.
Wow.